This is the Segway Navimow i105N robot lawnmower. It's a low, sleek little unit with a gray body, black panels, and bright orange accents that make it easy to spot in the grass. The top has a simple digital display and a big circular LED that tells me what it's doing at a glance. The footprint is compact, roughly the size of a carry-on suitcase, so it tucks into a corner of the yard without drawing attention. The design looks modern, but it's clearly built to live outside, with tight seams and a sturdy shell that has handled sun, rain, and dust over the last 6 months. From my experience, the reason this mower matters is simple: no perimeter wires. Instead of burying a loop around the yard, I used the Navimow app to define virtual boundaries. I steered the mower along the edge of my lawn like a remote control car, saved the map, and I was done. It also offers AI-assisted mapping, which means it uses its camera to recognize clear lawn edges and draw the map for me. That took some of the guesswork out of it, especially in open areas. For me, this changed setup from a weekend project into something I could finish in under an hour. Key features worth calling out. Start with navigation. The i105N uses K with a GNSS antenna, plus a front-facing camera. In plain terms, RTK is a high-precision GPS method that works with a small antenna module to lock in position down to a few centimeters. When the GPS gets spotty under trees or near tall fences, the camera helps it stay oriented. That combo has been solid on my lot, which has a few narrow corridors and one area covered by a big maple. It doesn't wander or bounce around the way older mowers did. It moves in clean, straight lines and changes direction after covering an area to avoid leaving tracks. The cut lines look like I mowed with a walk behind, and in normal conditions the finish is consistently neat. The app is the control center, and it's genuinely good. I've set up multiple zones for my different lawn sections, marked no-go areas over flower beds and a small gravel strip, and built separate schedules so each zone gets the attention it needs. I can tweak the mowing direction, check progress on a live map, and pause or resume whenever I want. It also pushes over-the-air updates that have added small but useful improvements, like traction tweaks and better object detection over time. On safety and smarts, the camera has a wide field of view, and the AI does a better job with obstacles than basic bump sensors. It recognizes common stuff: dog toys, a hose, a garden stool, and steers around them without drama. I like that it can pause when rain is coming and skip mowing in extreme heat or high winds. It's also very quiet. The spec says about 58 dB, and that matches what I hear. I run it early mornings and evenings without bothering neighbors or waking anyone inside. In my opinion, this mower is built for maintenance cuts, not rescue missions. Think small, frequent trims that keep grass at a steady height rather than hacking through long growth. I set mine to run several times a week, and the lawn stays uniformly tidy. When I skip for too long after a stormy week, I need to do a manual cut to reset things, then let the robot go back to its regular routine. It's not perfect, though. Precision is good, but not flawless. I often see thin strips of grass between passes where the overlap wasn't tight, especially along edges or tight corners. I keep a small trimmer handy for touch-ups along steps, planter boxes, and sharp turns. That's the trade-off. I'm not pushing a mower anymore, but I do a little edge work and keep the map tidy in the app. I also have to mention the cutting height. It's adjusted by a physical dial on the unit. I wish I could set different heights per zone in the app, but I can't. If I want to raise the rear lawn in summer and keep the front shorter, I have to walk over, pop the lid, and turn the dial. It works, and it's clear and repeatable, but it feels old school compared to everything else. Battery life has been enough for my 1/8 acre coverage. Though it's not unlimited, I usually get about an hour of runtime before it heads back to the base for a top-up. Then it resumes where it left off. If your lawn is close to the max size, expect a full job to be broken into a couple of sessions. That's fine if you don't mind the total time being longer. The end result is the same. The charging base needs to sit on flat ground with a bit of clearance, but the power cable is long enough that placement hasn't been an issue. There are a few physical design quirks. The unit weighs around 24 pounds, and I wish it had more ergonomic handles. When I carry it for cleaning or to move it between non-connected areas, it can feel awkward. The top buttons also aren't very intuitive. The app is so much better that I rarely use the onboard controls. On the plus side, maintenance is easy. The blades are small and cheap to replace, and swapping them is a quick, clean job. Cleaning is simple thanks to the weather rating. I rinse the shell and wheels, wipe it down, and it's good to go. Obstacle avoidance has impressed me. Over 6 months, it hasn't gotten stuck in a way that stopped a job. Early on, I learned that filling little ruts and defining clear no-go lines around curbs keeps it out of trouble. It's a partnership. I give it a fair environment and a good map, and it runs smoothly. I added the optional anti-theft features in the app and set the alarm. There's also an optional 4G tracking module if you want extra peace of mind. It's perfect for small to medium lawns that are relatively flat. The mower is rated for modest slopes, and that matches my experience. On anything steeper than a mild hill, traction gets iffy, especially if the ground is damp. If your yard has steep banks, uneven holes, or a lot of exposed roots, you'll either need to improve the terrain or consider a different setup. If your lawn is mostly even, the i105N feels right at home. From my experience, the quiet operation and the planned mowing pattern are what I appreciate every week. I schedule it to run while I'm working from home, and it just does its thing without becoming the soundtrack of the day. The lawn looks freshly cut most of the time, and I spend far less time thinking about yard work. I still walk the boundary now and then to make small tweaks in the app, and I accept that I'll do a little trimming on edges. The payoff is not hauling a heavy mower out of the shed or dealing with gas, oil, and maintenance. I'd recommend this for anyone who wants wire-free setup, likes controlling devices from a phone, and values consistent maintenance over occasional heavy cuts. If you're comfortable with basic mapping, okay with a manual height dial, and your lawn isn't full of steep slopes, it's an easy product to live with. If you need voice control through a smart speaker or want full height control from the app, you might feel limited. If your grass often gets long between cuts, a traditional mower might still be part of your routine. In conclusion, the Segway Navimow i105N delivers on the promise of wire-free mowing with smart navigation, a thoughtful app, and quiet performance. It isn't flawless, but it's reliable and predictable in day-to-day use. The main caveats are the manual height adjustment, occasional thin strips that need a touch-up, and modest slope capability. None of those are deal breakers for me, because the convenience outweighs the quirks. I've gone from dreading weekend mowing to letting a quiet robot keep the lawn in shape, and I'm not going back. You can view detailed information about the Segway Navimow i105N robot lawnmower in the comments section. Thank you for watching.